wonderful ideas and suggestions for guests and topics.
Great events, programs, and student faculty.
All the countries are used to
Welcome to this week's Dialogue Houston. I'm your host, Lawrence Payne. To those joining us perhaps for the first time here for HCC's TV Dialogue Houston, we're here now every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. and Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. As always, at the top of the hour, let me thank you for your thoughtful emails, calls, and text messages concerning previous shows we've aired on Dialogue Houston, but particularly your great ideas for topics and guests and subjects to be covered on upcoming segments of Dialogue Houston. For after all, this is your community affairs, public affairs show here on HCC TV now in our 25th year, and we thank you very much for that. We have a great show planned for you today. We're going to look at an aspect of one of our colleges, the Southwest College, on this particular case. We're going to be looking at all the things they do, not only with the students there, but with some of the high schools they work with, particularly around the area of business and business-related issues. And I'm so happy and proud to have us join us is Catherine Dumond, who is the Associate Dean of Students Engagement and Success. And that's a mouthful as usual with titles at HCC, but I think it's very descriptive in this case of what you do. So welcome, Catherine.
Well, thank you. I'm
Good
glad
to have
be
you
here.
here.
Thank you.
And we're Southwest College, right?
That's correct.
All right, and that's our wonderful friend, Dr. Briones.
Yes.
And we've had her on also, Dialogue Houston, over the years.
Yes.
So tell us about the area and the work that you cover there at Southwest.
Well, at Southwest College, we oversee a very large portion of Houston and even into Fort Bend County. So we have a very wide reach. We have 5 campuses within Southwest College.
It's a little college within itself.
It really is. It is. So we have the West Loop campus, our Stafford campus, which are our 2 largest campuses. And then we also have our Missouri City campus, our Gulfton campus, and our Brays Oaks campus.
Wow. Okay.
So we, like I said, we cast the net pretty large. We have a big student population, one of the largest in the district, and we serve anywhere from 18 to 22,000 students at any given time.
And the fastest growing county in the country, one of the fastest growing counties in the United States is Fort Bend County.
It sure is. It sure is. So it's exciting with it growing so quickly. Mm-hmm. It gives us an opportunity to serve the community. And what's exciting to me and to Dr. Barillo and to Dean Matias Garza is that we get to be really innovative, and we get to do a lot of really fun stuff with the students in that area and with the students at our campuses.
And it's also, you get to be your own, basically, United Nations, because it is really international.
Oh,
I mean,
so
you have they talk about diversity in the greater Houston area. It is right there in that area.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's probably my favorite part of the job is that I get to work with a different student every day, and every single one of them has a different story. It's great. I always say I learn more from them than they learn from me all the time.
Right.
I've gotten to meet some really, really great people in my current roles.
And that's important. The stories along the journey, particularly with a variety of students from backgrounds and histories and cultures and countries, it's such a rich environment, and they all have such great stories. I mean, just the stories alone.
Oh, yeah.
We've had students on that they tear at your heartstrings.
Oh, absolutely. And then some of the other stories, you have those that have struggled and overcome challenges and that sort of thing.
And the veterans.
Oh, we have a great pool of veterans that we serve as well. And the stories that we've had with some of the veterans are they're stories that you wouldn't necessarily think happen in real life. And then our international students coming from, far off lands that we never even knew existed in some cases. Yep. And them coming here and wanting to, make a life for themselves in the United States and to make a better life for their children.
And the beautiful thing about a community college, because you have the diversity with the big D of every kind of thing, you also have the age range.
We do.
So between the younger and the older students coming back, they're learning from each other. They're exchanging ideas and sharing with each other. It's really a great environment to be on a campus like that.
Absolutely, and even at Southwest College, our West Loop campus, we have a much higher average age of our student. It's not your typical 18 to 21-year-olds. We have students that are coming back. We had a student come in last week. He's in his 80s, and he wants to take a computer class to learn a little bit more about it. Our Stafford campus is a little bit more traditional age. We see the younger students there, but the greatest thing, like you said, Larry, is that we see those different age ranges and students students from various backgrounds sitting in a classroom and learning from one another. So they're not just listening to the instructor,
Right.
they're doing group work and they're exchanging ideas amongst each other in the classroom.
And we have great articulation agreements with Fort Bend ISD because that brings in that side of it also.
We do. One of the great programs that we're working on right now is called PSOAR. It stands for Priority Student Onboarding and Registration. So what we're doing is in Fort Bend County with Fort Bend ISD and Stafford MSD is we're actually going into the classrooms, we're going into the schools during the senior year of their high school students, and we're teaching them how to fill out applications and teaching them how to do the financial aid application. And it's really great because the schools are so big and the counselors are so overloaded that it's providing an opportunity for students to get some extra help with the college process. But the greatest thing is that before they leave and graduate from high school, they're already applied and in some cases registered for classes before they graduate from high school.
And that one-on-one counseling that you sometimes don't get because you're in a large high school and et cetera, and the numbers just don't allow it, allows particularly that student who hadn't had a chance to afford themselves with that to have someone now, particularly in the college setting, really willing to work with them and walk through step by step all the processes.
Yeah, and the process is pretty cumbersome.
Yes,
and,
it can be overwhelming.
It can be for sure, and for students who are first time in college and who are first generation students, which we have a large percentage of, they don't know what they don't know.
Right.
So they don't know what to ask. They don't know how to navigate the process. So I'm lucky enough to be a part of that process and to provide some of that support. And once you see them really, go through the process and you see the light bulb go off and they get accepted and oh my gosh, I got accepted to HCC, it's a rewarding experience even just when they get accepted.
And I think that summer bridge program gives them a chance to get a taste, to get a foot in the water, to understand how it's going to be, which is really a good leg up. It gives them a really chance to kind of kick the tires and get the cobwebs out before you start.
You are so right.
Yeah.
So the Summer Bridge program allows students to do one of two tracks. We have the Academic Jumpstart track, where they take 4 classes in academics to start, their core curriculum classes, English, sociology, math.
Get them out of the way.
Exactly.
You got to take them anyway. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And then we also have a workforce track. So for students interested in going into cybersecurity or medical assisting or any of those workforce programs, welding is another one. They are taking hands-on classes that will serve them well in the workforce, and they're getting to do those early, so that when they start classes in the fall with the big hustle and bustle of the start of the fall semester, you're seeing them much more comfortable and actually guiding their fellow classmates.
And what I love about the workforce classes is that you come as a student, you really don't know what you want to major in, you think you might want to major, you don't know, but to be exposed to the list of what's possible. Then you see the whole world of work. They used to have this wonderful wheel, the world of work. And all the different professions and all the opportunities for the workforce, because it kind of stimulates you, well, maybe, look at this. I never thought about this. I didn't even know this existed.
Right.
I can get a job doing this, get a certificate and go do it.
Absolutely. So, for example, students that are interested in business, they don't have to be a CEO. That doesn't need to be their goal. We have so many students that come in under our business program and do technical programs. Even under our IT program, we have students that come in and do a level 1 certificate in cybersecurity, and they can go right into the workforce and start working.
And make good money. I've seen
Excellent
some of those pay. Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely. So letting students know that those exist, because a lot of times they don't know that they can do a lot with a level 1 or a level 2 certificate, and they don't necessarily need a bachelor's degree to start out. Of course, we encourage them to go that route, but they can go right into the workforce.
You can go you can get to level 1 or level 2 certificate, make great money, get a job, get started. You can always come back and take additional courses. But I think to show that progression and that pathway from the level 1 and 2 certificate to the associate's degree, to the bachelor's degree, you can see that projection. But you got to be able to see the big picture to know where you fit in along that spectrum.
Yes, you're absolutely right. One of the great programs that we have going on right now, now that we mentioned our IT, our information technology, is we have an apprenticeship program with JP Morgan Chase.
Oh, and they run some great programs.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're placing students right in JP Morgan Chase, and they're doing cybersecurity, they're doing software engineering, computer engineering, all with an associate's degree, and working alongside people who have experience of like 20, 30 years. It's a great opportunity for them to learn. And a lot of them are offered full-time positions either with JP Morgan Chase or are offered higher paying jobs at other very well-known firms. And a lot of times one of the great things that students don't know is that when you start working for big companies like that, they're willing to pay you to go back to school and get your additional credentials.
Yes.
So they might reimburse you, or they might pay and say, hey, you're doing a great job. We want to encourage you to keep on going with your education.
That first look is important. They're looking you over just like you're looking them over.
Absolutely.
And they many times when they home in on a student that they really want to cultivate and develop, they see the potential, they see their drive and passion, their work commitment. They really do take them under their wing and run with them throughout their whole career. I know people started with those and now they're still with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing that we offer too, that we just started not too long ago, is we offer our business programs on the weekends. So it caters to students who are looking to go back to school but don't necessarily have the time during the week because they're working full time or have a family or have other commitments. So this gives them the opportunity to come and take a class or two on the weekends.
We're going to pick up on the weekend business school thing in a moment. We're going to take a small pause and break, and we'll be right back with Catherine. But before we take that break, and I'm going to do it again when we come back from the break, I just want to mention that this is the time of year for the Lift Off Houston Business Plan Competition. It is the 7th year that we've done it through the Houston Public Library in conjunction with the Office of Business Opportunity of the City of Houston, and also with our great sponsor and underwriter of this, Capital One. It's a $10,000 competition in 3 categories of innovation, product, and service. Great businesses have been launched. Great entrepreneurs have now developed their business into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th year and doing great. But you have to apply. You have to be part of it. The deadline for application is July 15th. So please go to the website, Houston Public Library, liftoffhouston.com, liftoffhouston.com website. We'll take a pause and we'll be right back.
HCC. So many reasons, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
I learned how to cook from my grandmother in the mountains of Oaxaca. Every time I need some comfort, I just remember what she told me. HCC definitely was a turning point in my life. What those wonderful teachers and instructors taught me is priceless. I have won many awards and worked in many restaurants. HCC was the window which opened the opportunity for me. For this wonderful city, they have given me so much. I will thank you from the bottom of my heart.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
HCC. So many classes, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
I've seen people's lives change just by attending a class at HCC.
Some of them might not have the financial means to go to a 4-year university. That doesn't make them any less quote-unquote smart than the kids who go to a 4-year school.
HCC is easy to get to. It's easy to apply and easy to become a part of.
It gave me so much confidence.
Once you finish your 2 years there, you can transition into a 4-year university or go into the workforce.
It's affordable, it's accessible, it changes lives.
HCC. So many locations. So little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
America's veterans are on the tour of their lives. At DAV, we're on a mission to help veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Welcome back to this week's segment of Dialogue Houston. If you've been with us for the first part of the show, you know we're having a great conversation with Catherine Dumond, who is Associate Dean of Students Engagement and Success at Southwest College. Southwest College on the southwest part of town and into Fort Bend County is one of the fastest growing areas and one of the fastest growing colleges within the system of HCC. And Catherine has been really good about explaining all the programs that they have going on, which is a lot. We're not going to even get to be able to touch on them all during this show, so I just want you to know to go to the website and really avail yourselves of those. Before the break, though, we were talking about something I think is really creative and innovative, particularly for the working professional, and that is the weekend business kind of. You can come and do it all in one weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So classes within our business program, students can do their whole program on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Wow.
So they sign up for the regular semester, and then all of their classes are offered on Saturdays and Sundays. So they don't have to take time off from work. They don't have to worry about getting their kids out of school and off the bus and that sort of thing.
And running late and running in Houston traffic and trying to get there by the time class starts, which is not going to happen.
Yeah. So Saturdays and Sundays, it's a little bit easier to get around Houston. And navigate the traffic. So it's a great opportunity for those working professionals and for people who have other commitments during the week.
It's a great way to get your certificate.
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer level 1 and level 2 certificates along with Associate of Arts and Associate of Science degrees in a variety of business programs.
You can still work full time.
Yes.
And don't have to try to juggle the balls that people try to juggle, sometimes too many.
Yep. And they're still eligible for financial aid and scholarships and grants and those types of things. So to help offset the cost of
We've made it easy.
Yes.
If you want to do it, I always do this one. I turn right into it. If you want to do it, you can do it right here at ACC. Almost any program that you want is made affordable and doable because we make it easy and friendly for the student who's trying to accomplish it. So that's my little plug.
Right.
But tell us, during the summer, we always have these great summer camps.
Oh, absolutely.
And one of the ones that has really caught on because everybody's kind of into it now is this whole thing with robotics.
Yeah, robotics is huge right now.
Yep.
It's all over the place. So we offer a summer camp for robotics. We have a variety of summer camps, another one in cybersecurity. Robotics is the huge one right now. It's that hot button, the shiny thing on the other side of the room, right?
Exactly.
And
I can build one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And so they start out really concrete with some really basic concepts. And by the end of the summer camp, the students and the participants in the study are building, intelligent robots and that sort of thing, using all kinds of different technology within our digital and information technology programs. It's really hands-on, so it's not just sitting in front of a classroom with a professor lecturing to you, but the students are in the classroom, and it's a wide range of ages, from younger students up until high school students, and they're working with the robots. So you go into the classroom, and I'm like, I want to take this summer camp. Sign me up. I want to go to summer camp. But it's really, really neat, and the things that they learn, and things that they never even knew existed. So technology is moving so fast. This really helps the students stay up to date with it.
And they can do it on campus.
Yes.
So they get a chance to experience being on campus and being in the college setting, which really kind of really gets them usually fired up.
Yep, and there are college students that are assisting and volunteering their time over the summer to facilitate the camp. So it's a really great opportunity for the students, our current students, to interact with potential prospective students who may eventually come into the program.
And for the high school student or the student who don't know if I want to go to college or you can see yourself there. You can see yourself now being part of this.
Right.
And I think that's a great thing for many students because some of them beyond the high school I haven't really thought about.
Right. They're thinking about how do I get to high school graduation, and this gives them the opportunity to see beyond that, and it makes it doable.
Right.
It seems realistic instead of this pipe dream. So it gives them a variety of opportunities, and it gives them real world experience.
Yeah. One of the very successful things y'all have built on is this Teen Summit.
Oh yeah.
And the Teen Summit has really grown and will continue to grow, I'm sure, just because it's that time of year, and it fits so well with, again, the demographics of Fort Bend who need to kind of experience this thing together.
Right. Fort Bend is growing so rapidly, and our Teen Summit, we just hosted our second annual Teen Summit back in May, and it was a great event. Last year, it was a pilot program, but it went so well that they said, let's start planning. So in the fall, we started planning, and sure enough, we had over 100 students there.
It will be annual. It's going to be an annual thing.
Yeah, they're already talking about doing the third annual.
Right.
Trustee Sani has really been
pushing
pushing
she's been
for
a
that.
great supporter and advocate for this kind of stuff.
She
really
sure
has.
has. So we had students from middle school all the way up until high school participating in the Teen Summit. So we did a lot of fun activities. But the greatest thing was they got to do a lot of hands-on introduction to different types of careers. So careers in health sciences. So everybody thinks health science and everybody wants to be a doctor or a nurse.
Right.
But the opportunities in health sciences are
endless.
Exactly.
It's
and
endless.
being in Houston, we have the medical center, and those jobs are necessary.
Yes.
So they got to, use all kinds of different instrumentation. They got to see public safety. So it was a great opportunity for the students to learn more about the different programs.
Let me see if I can remember how this, because I had a student on a couple of years. There's a level 2 certificate that talks about calibrating medical instruments.
That is true.
And when you graduate from that program, the job is waiting for you at the medical center, and I think it starts like about $65,000, $70,000 off the bat.
Yes. Our surgical technology program is the one that you're referring to.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
It's a one-year program. It's a level 2 certificate, and students graduate, and they are easily making $60,000 a year.
Right off the bat.
So, and a lot of students don't know that that's a program, but they're the people in the operating rooms that are counting all the instruments, making sure they know all the instruments. They're assisting the surgeons, and we have some students who, in a year after they've graduated, making up to $80,000 with a one-year certificate.
Yep. And I've had some that have said now they want to go on to be a nurse and et cetera. So now that they experience in the hospital setting, now I want to do something else and move.
Right.
So that's what it is, though.
Right.
You won't know until you get out there.
Exactly. So that gives them that entry into the door and learning about the different programs in health sciences. And there are a lot of things in health sciences specifically, our medical technologists, they're not interfacing with students, they're in the labs and they're running tests and doing that. So it's not all face-to-face. So if you're scared of people, you can still be working in the lab. You don't have to worry about, sticking people with needles, like nurses and medical assistants do. There's such a robust opportunity for students in the health programs nowadays.
Yeah, I want to do a show, I got to find it, the old World of Work. It's called the World of Work Wheel. And it talked about if you're good with things, are you good with people, are you good with, here's the professions and jobs you should look at.
Right.
And it was something done by I think it might have been the Department of Labor years ago in conjunction with one of the testing organizations. And it was spot on. Everybody said this is one of the best little things because it showed you all the options.
Right.
It showed you all the possibilities, depending on which category you kind of fit into.
Right.
But it was endless. And there's jobs that people don't even think about that exist out there of what you can do.
Yeah, there are so many. We actually have a program that we do with our students now when they first start at HCC. It's called the Career Coach. And it's very similar to that. It asks them a list of 60 questions and it gauges their strengths and their weaknesses, their likes and their dislikes, and offers them opportunities to look at different career paths, whether it be in construction or health sciences or education or business. It gives them all, it makes students think about where they want to go and what their skills are going to help them get to.
And to your point, career paths.
Yes.
It's not a job.
Correct.
We think sometimes work and get a job.
Right.
Think bigger picture. Think long term. Think about a career.
Right. And that's what we're really gearing our students for, is not to just get a job. I think of a job as, just something that you do part-time over the summer.
Right. The job is what I do until I figure out what my career is going to be.
Exactly.
Right.
So we really want to get them thinking career pathway.
Right. And I think that's important. And the earlier you can kind of plant that seed and that idea, it becomes very important. Because here's what you know, because you do it all the time, and I know it now over the years of I guess these gray hairs sitting in mine. And then even the things that I've run and hired people for, it has to be both a fit and a match.
Yes.
both a fit and a match for both parties.
That is so true.
For the employee and the employer.
Yes.
It doesn't work otherwise.
Nope, you're absolutely right. There has to be a passion.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference about what you go to
No
work
sense
every
in
day
being
for.
miserable every day going to work. If you're
No,
not excited and you're not passionate and you're not happy and you're not can't wait to go and dive into whatever the day is going to bring, then you need to be doing something else.
Right, exactly. And that's what we want our students to realize is that a job shouldn't necessarily be work.
Right.
It should be something you enjoy doing every day and getting up every morning and saying, you know what, I can't wait to go to work
Passion
today.
is so important.
It really is.
No substitute for it.
It does. It's a great thing.
So let's review real quick. Make sure there's not anything particular that we have left out.
Okay.
So anything you want to focus on that we haven't touched on, let's see if we can get that in before we go.
Well, we're starting, we're always encouraging students to come and see us if they have questions.
Yes, indeed.
We have classes running every month of every year.
Right.
So students always say, oh, well, I missed registration for
but
this
it's full
semester.
time. It's around.
It's
clock.
around the clock. So even with our fall semester, we have a regular start, we have a second start, we have 8-week classes,
Right.
we have 5-week classes,
Right.
we have mini-mester
You
classes.
can jump in and pick up where
Absolutely. The application process is real easy. We are open admissions, so even if students are coming back from college,
That's important. If I've laid off or didn't do that great you can come back.
come back. It's never, we always tell students, it's never the end of the road. We're
Nope.
always here to support you in your education.
Never too late.
Absolutely. So we encourage students to come and see us if they have questions, even if they're potential students. We offer ESL classes. We have adult basic education. We even have GED classes. So if we do have students that never were able to graduate high school, come on back and see us. We'll help prepare you for the GED. The text chase is now what it's called.
Right.
And we'll help you get back on track with your education if that's what you are interested in doing.
Well, go find Catherine. The email address and information was on the website, was on the screen, so you can find her real easy. She's at Southwest College. Again, it's Catherine Dumond, who is the Associate Dean of Students and Engagement and Services. Please avail yourselves of the services there. And be part of it. It really is a great idea to get back into the workforce, to learn new skills, to move up to the next level in whatever career path you are choosing, are changing career paths. A lot of people are doing that more and more lately and trying to explore stuff. Thank you, Catherine, for being part of this. We're going to follow the wonderful work that you do over there. And again, thank you for being part of Dialogue Houston. I want to touch on one more time the Houston Liftoff Startup Business Plan Competition going on right now. It just started, opened up on June 5th. The deadline for applications is July 15th at 2 p.m. But go to the website, liftoffhouston.com, liftoffhouston.com. 3 categories in the innovation, product, and service category. You get great mentoring, you get great ideas about your business plan, great pitch, and if you win, it's $10,000 in each category, provided by the wonderful sponsor and underwriter of the program, Capital One. We look forward to you being there. I'm the MC every year for the program, so I'll see you there and see the winners and see the presentation when they make their pictures and the winners, so be part of it. All right, we're telling me we have to go. We want to make sure that you focus on the work that Southwest College is doing and visit Catherine. But until then, we have to get out of here. Until we see you next time, as always, peace, power, and love.